before you today clear-eyed about the fight ahead and what has to be done. I stand before you today to announce my candidacy for President of the United States.
Well, that was Senator Kamala Harris kicking off her presidential campaign in Oakland over the weekend, touting big government programs like Medicare for all and universal pre-K. This as a former Starbucks CEO, Howard Schultz, says he is considering running as a, quote, centrist independent. Let's bring in Karl Rove, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff and a Fox News contributor. You've had a chance, Karl, by now to digest all the news from the weekend. What do you think here? Let's start out first with Senator Harris and some of the things that she's already touting.
Yeah, look, from the optics perspective, big crowd, lots of enthusiasm, some good sound bites. But this is going to be the challenge for both Democrats and Republicans in 2020, and that is she endorsed Bernie Sanders' proposal for Medicare for all. Now, independent analyses suggest that that would cost an additional $32.6 trillion over the first 10 years of it being in place. You know, close to $3 trillion, more than $3 trillion on average per year. And Bernie Sanders has, quote, not done a cost analysis. Well, I don't think Kamala Harris has done it either. The problem with Medicare for all, and both parties are going to have to find a way to talk about this, is the average Medicare beneficiary today who doesn't get Medicare until 65 pays in $160,000 in payroll taxes and takes out $486,000 in benefit and passes the $326,000 difference onto their kids and the grandkids in the form of bigger debt, bigger national debt. So how you're going to pay for it, how you're going to take a system that's already gone broke, the actuaries of Medicare say it's going to be broke in the next decade, how you go about taking care of that is going to be a big question for Kamala Harris. Sounds good for the Democrat left in the primaries, but in the general election could be a huge problem.
We heard a lot about Medicare for all. We also heard Harris take on the president's planned border wall, calling it a medieval vanity project. She cast the United States as being at an inflection point, Karl. Just some of the words that we heard. She went on to ask the crowd there, who are we? Who are we as Americans? Let's answer that question. She said, America, we are better than this.
Right. Well, she's positioning herself as an agent of change. But again, language is going to matter. I want her to go to San Diego, California, in her own state, and say, tear down the wall that separates the United States from Mexico. Because in San Diego and many places in San Diego County, the border between the United States is a street between a neighborhood in Mexico and a neighborhood in the United States. That's why we have a wall, so that people can't pass just through that border without having to go through a checkpoint. So, again, the Democrats are running a risk. The things that, like calling it a medieval instrument, is going to be difficult to defend to a lot of other Americans. If you can make the case, as the president can make the case, and as common sense leads you to believe, that some places on the border where they're heavily urbanized areas, there needs to be a physical barrier that channels people to a border crossing so we can control who's coming in and out of the United States.
Finally,
again, sounds good for the Democrats, but general election a little bit more problematic.
Finally, your thoughts on Howard Schultz and the possibility of him running over the weekend. He said, I'm seriously thinking of running for president as an independent.
Well, he also said that he would take his time to make up his mind, and he can, because he's very wealthy and he can self-fund his campaign, much as Ross Perot did in 1992. Problems with independents are it's difficult. It's increasingly difficult to get on all 50 state ballots. And then we've already seen people inside the Democratic Party take a hit at him, saying by running as an independent, all you're going to do is split the anti-Trump vote and make it easier for him to win. And these two things, the physical difficulty of getting on the ballot, even if you've got a compelling centrist message, and the difficulty of sniping from the left, saying all you're doing is making it easier for Trump to win again. Schultz is going to have to be able to overcome those by a combination of resources and, more importantly, a strong message that seems to penetrate.
And he took on both parties, saying that they're both consistently not doing what's necessary on behalf of the American people and are engaged every single day, he said in an interview, in revenge politics. All right, what a weekend it was. Karl Rove, thank you for joining us this morning.
You bet. Thanks for having me.